For those wondering, yes, you can. Now, what I mean by that is, yes, you can. But before I get in depth about what I mean by that, like the video, comment down below any thoughts, comments, concerns, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, just subscribe. I'm gonna have you do it right now. Okay. Did you do it? I'm gonna assume you did it. If you didn't do it, shame on you. But yeah, let's get to the video. Let's get to today's video. Let's get to meat, eggs, potato today. Here's the thing. One thing that's super important to understand is that safety is the most important thing when it comes to health and fitness. Safety, right? Now, the thing is, my topic today isn't just can you, right, lose weight and improve while injured. It's how you can improve and get injured. Yes, I'm all at the end of the day, you can improve while injured. How, though, is the important, question. All right, how? How am I going to do it? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Is it possible? Yes, and I'm going to show you how to. No, I'm not going to show you how to do it. Just do it. Figure it out. But above all else, you got to keep in mind, the injury is also, you also got to look at. If you just got, like, your knee amputated, different story, right? If you just got, like, a torn bicep, torn ligament, ACL, blah, 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 blah. A lot of those things, yes, you can still work out. Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of things you want to do is, of course, you have your recovery phase, and if your doctor clears you, great. That's the clear part. Now, if it clears you to start now being active, you still cannot, at the end of the day, go to what you were doing previously. Now, that's where I come in. The biggest thing you look at is that you don't want to sit on your ass until it's fully recovered. You can still work out. Yes, people say just work out around it. You can still work out around it for sure. But if you also want to work through it, right, through that muscle itself, it's going to have to be more low impact style movements. No, you will not be doing a lot of plyometric movements. You will not be doing heavyweight movements. You'll be doing more so, of course, functional and corrective exercises, right? Just going through movements in motion, right? You can do it inside the pool, or you're going to be doing it with bands. I'm very notorious for having a lot of my clients who are injured work out with bands, and they have seen numerous and plentiful of results from it, right? No problem, no shame with utilizing bands, right? It's important, of course, to be safe and work smarter at the end of the day, right? You gotta work smart. Working hard is when you're fully recovered, but until then, you just gotta work smart, right? A lot of movements are gonna go to the point where you gotta go through the motions. The last thing you wanna do is let your core lack. Make sure you keep your core engaged, make sure you're keeping your stabilizers working as well, right? A lot of times people are getting injuries from overactive or underactive muscles, right? Keep in mind, every body part has a antagonist and a protagonist muscle, right? Synergist, right? Everyone has like the muscle that's supposed to help and push and pull and assist and guide, right? Like for example, when it comes to your quads guiding, your hamstrings are assisting, right? When it comes to your chest guiding, your lats are assisting, and vice versa, right? The big thing you gotta look at is that you want to keep in mind that the muscle you're using, you want to make sure you're working at everything as a whole, right? So if you want to get a bigger bench, right, you keep in mind it's not just chest, it's shoulders and tricep as well, right? So keep in mind a lot of these things come to a point where everything has a helping matter, right? Nothing's typically completely isolated, right? There's always an assisting muscle, whether it's a very small stabilizer or another major working muscle group. You're being helped. And a lot of times people don't know that and tend to let that kind of go over their head, and they're overworking one muscle line, one to lack. So now when the one that's lacking is trying to overcompensate, that can then lead to injury, right? So keep that in mind. You gotta work out every muscle in your body, right? It's important to just stay active from head to toe, right? Even if you want just a bigger butt or just bigger arms, work everything out just for the sake of staying at your tip-top shape and staying functional, staying active, and staying healthy for your best interest at heart, right? Now, the thing is how, right? Now, a lot of times the pool is the go-to for doctors. If you're injured, be in the pool. It's a very low-impact workout, which is great. I do agree with that. the pool for certain injuries is a great thing to be in, because it's going to alleviate a lot of pressures and allow you to, of course, be more confident and more stable within the pool, right? Because a lot of the weight is kind of lifted off you. You can now focus on that specific muscle and start functioning more, right, without any of the excess. Also, depending on certain movements, it can also be utilized as great resistance, right? Not a lot, but great resistance based on the movement in motion. But can also be, at the end of the day, something that's going to hurt you at the end of the day more than help you depending on the movement. Now, it can be great for muscle health, but then you look at the point of your joints, right? Now, the reason I say why it could also weaken your joint and not strengthen them, you keep in mind the pool is less gravity underwater than you would be on land, right? So, of course, jumping on land is lighter than jumping underwater, right? Now, keep in mind, being underwater, of course, focusing on that being your primary thing for hours and hours and hours, you're alleviating resistance off those joints, not making those joints stronger but weaker, right? That's why I tend to say do both. You have to utilize both the pool and both the outside land, right? Utilizing, if you want to do weights, but also utilizing bands, right? Just be smart about what you're doing, right? Then you got to take into account how your body works and how your body functions and how you maneuver and actually go through motions, right? Focus on your motions, focus on the movements, focus on these specific muscles at hand, right? Go through them, go through it appropriately. Again, put in the right amount of effort, and then from that point, go through the process that works for you best. And of course, everybody, if you have like a physiotherapist or a chiropractor or whatever, they're going to give you workouts to do on your own. A lot of times I feel like some of the workouts that physical therapists give their clients are very outdated and can be a little boring and more tedious. Sure, they could work, but a lot of movement also hurt the client more than it should. And from that point, yes, I do create workouts for certain clients to make sure that it allows them to get through movement, allow them to get through their transition easier. Some pain is important, but too much is not, right? Gotta be kind of smart where too much is too much. Some pain is just too much pain. You know what I mean? Just being smart about it, and at that point on, the goal is to get you from point A to point B the fastest, safest, most enjoyable way possible. Right? That's why I give you guys all the information and all these training tips to make sure that you're living your life to the best and make sure you're the best of you. Look your best, feel your best, make sure that you're more confident in going through life. The best version of you that you could possibly be. Am I wrong? Am I wrong though? But yeah. So today, I'm gonna make sure I guide you guys to the proper way. Doing so. Now, if you guys need specifics, a lot of movements you need to start doing, right? Especially. Make sure you don't neglect, right? Your joints and your ligaments as well as your stabilizers. A lot of people tend to neglect their posterior stabilizers a lot more than they should, right? And while a lot of people tend to have like very slouching shoulders, right? They can have rotator cuff problems, right? A lot of times they lead to a back problem because they don't work out their core enough, right? So they start having hip problems, and a lot of things are from overactive, right? Because they're overcompensating for something that should be brought up to begin with. So work on stabilizers, whether it's posterior stabilization, right? Whether it's knee, ankle stabilization, hip stabilization, right? Working on your core. Keep all the things in mind that you need to have a good base in order for you to have a great product at the end of the day, right? So without further ado, that'll be today's topic. Remember guys, like, comment, subscribe, get the channel to 1,000 subscribers so I can reveal my transformation video. Before quarantine, I guess during quarantine, in the mix, in the middle, still transition, going through my A to B. But yeah, without further ado, see you guys in the next video. But guys, remember, today is not the past and not the future, it's the present. Because it's a gift. Now live it to the fullest.